Never regret sharing too much. In this life, especially in our day and age and in this time, I feel like people have lost, well, obviously not everyone, but I just feel like a lot of people have lost their sense of vulnerability because everyone, or most people, I obviously don't want to generalize, but most people, especially that are living right now, are living in their head and not their heart. People that live in their head overanalyze and question every single decision, conversation, literally every single time. They think that opening up to people is a mistake, or it means that if you open your heart up to someone, or if you share something to someone that is vulnerable, they think that it's a sign of weakness, or that they are exposed. But the thing is, exposure is an illusion. Embarrassment is an illusion. Rejection is an illusion. When you live in the mind and you overthink, you will take every single conversation or moment of silence as an attack, as rejection, as something to fear. But you're just creating problems and trying to fill in the gaps of time when all it is time. We often think that in order to feel safe, or in order to know where we're heading, or in order to believe or trust in ourselves, or trust in the divine timing, that everything needs to be shown to us right there in the moment, or people need to respond right there in the moment. But that is literally you existing in the mind and not in the heart. People that exist with their fullness from their heart and with authenticity, they don't care what they say. They don't care how much they reveal. Those people don't get in their head, because you know what, when you operate from the heart, you know that any single decision that you make is not a wrong decision, especially if it is something where you are revealing your truth, or you're opening yourself up to people as well. And I think a lot of people have lost their sense of vulnerability. People are too scared of opening up. People are too scared of revealing themselves, or speaking their truth, or admitting something deep and raw and real, and expressing themselves fully, because they let their mind dictate something that hasn't even happened yet. They let their mind create a response to a situation that hasn't even formed yet. Your mind will always think in the worst case scenario. Your fears, especially if you allow your fears to control you, and if you allow doubt to dictate your life, you will live a life that is so ordinary a life that doesn't have flavor or color or intensity or depth. You'll live a life that is safe. But none of us are safe in this life. And the same way none of us are safe in this life, but also feeling unsafe is also an illusion. People mistake sensitivity with weakness, but sensitivity is the most beautiful thing in my eyes, because sensitive people know that they are sensitive. Sensitive people allow themselves to exist in that sensitivity because that is literally what it means to be a human with depth. People that lack depth and lack empathy won't be able to meet someone that has so much to them, that expresses so much life, and that is so deep and diverse and colourful. People that lack colour only know one way of seeing life. They cannot and will not understand people that see through life through a deeper lens, because they exist in their life with a very rigid perspective, with a very tight lens. So do not ever regret being all of yourself. Pity the people that keep themselves from expanding and from expressing their truest self. Those are the people that you should pity and feel sorry for, because they aren't existing completely. They're not living completely. Why would you choose a safe life? Why would you choose a life where you're not full and loud and free? To live is to be free, is to be loud, is to speak. No matter how that comes out, no matter how that shows up in different areas of your life, because sometimes speaking your truth won't feel good sometimes. Sometimes speaking your truth feels scary. Sometimes speaking your truth means exposing yourself. But exposure also leads to freedom, because you're no longer stuck in a place where words are not spoken, where words are hidden. There's something so beautiful about expressing yourself and expressing all of yourself and what you've gone through and what you've seen, what you've witnessed, how you feel. Do not ever keep yourself from speaking your truth, especially if that truth will release you from suffocation. Because you know what? Your body will feel it. If your body feels suffocated, it is because you haven't admitted something to yourself. You haven't spoken on a truth. And maybe the reason why you haven't spoken on that truth is because it's scary, it's harsh, it's dark. that things need to be expressed in order to release it. Think of yourself as a bird in a cage. That cage has a door, that cage has a lock, but you continuing to keep it locked and holding your tongue from releasing yourself from the agony that you've been experiencing will continue to keep you in that cage. But there is also, like I said, a lock. There is also an opening. That cage is merely an illusion. No one is actually ever stuck, because there is always a way out to everything in life. But it all depends on your belief. It all depends on you stepping out. It all depends on you speaking your truth and singing and being your full, authentic self, saying what needs to be said, releasing what needs to be released, so that you fly to the highest of highs. Birds are not supposed to be caged. They have wings for a reason. You have wings for a reason. You deserve to release yourself. You deserve to fly to your highest potential. But you also need to release that from within. You also need to speak your truth. And when you speak your truth, you'll start flying without even realizing. You'll fly so high that you forgot that you were trapped this entire time, that you were in a cage this entire time, because that cage was simply an illusion. Because when you speak your truth, you'll always experience freedom when you speak your truth. Those that don't speak their truth, those that live comfortably, those that live safely, and that don't actually allow themselves to feel, to express their depth, to say what's on their heart, and to wear their heart on their sleeve without having to constantly protect themselves. Do not sabotage yourself from people who actually love you. Those that don't love you, that don't care about you, don't deserve your depth, don't deserve your fullness and your presence. The same way birds fly in packs, fly in pairs, there will always be a match for you. There will always be that special person in your life, but do not sacrifice something that matters and someone that matters because you are scared of being the absolute fullness of you. You are scared of what will happen if you speak your truth, or if you actually admit what you've been feeling this entire time, instead of pretending that everything is okay, instead of keeping yourself trapped and stuck in that comfort of swimming in shallow waters. Allow yourself to dive in your fullest depth. Allow yourself to dive into the deep water, because what you find at the bottom quite literally could be the thing that gives you the most fulfillment in life and unlocks new doors, unlocks more strength, more power within you, more love. Because when you unlock the truth, when you go in and ask yourself and listen to your heart, ask yourself, what is it that I want to express? How do I want to feel? How do I deserve to exist in this life? What is it that truly lifts my heart and truly gives me butterflies? What is it? What person provides that for you? What person makes you feel safe, makes you feel heard, makes you feel loved, makes you feel cared and seen? What environment makes you feel safe? What would actually make you feel like you are existing as your fullest self? Ask yourself that. Do not allow your mind to convince you that safety is safe. Because sometimes existing comfortably, and I mean comfortably in the sense that you don't take risks, you don't apply for that job, you don't message that person, you don't speak your truth, you don't, for example, set boundaries that need to be set. You keep living a life that you know, but you shouldn't live a life that you know. You should live a life in the unknowing, choosing and believing in the unknown, making that risk and knowing that you won't know and you might never know, but believing in that. Because you know what? Taking risks, that's literally life. Life is all, it's all about taking risks. In order to live, you must take risks. In order to succeed, you must take risks. What comes out on the other side is the unknown, and you have to believe in the unknown. You have to believe that whatever comes out on the other side will be because you took that risk. And your whole life will be expanded because of it. You'll start to gain more perspectives, more wisdom, more growth. But if you keep staying stuck where you are, living the same life that you know that you feel drained in, that you're living your life for these people that actually do not care about you, that actually do not care about what you want, that know that if you chose the life that you actually wanted to live, those people might walk away. Those people might be disappointed because they projected that you needed to live a life for their approval or to walk on a path that they planned for you, because they're trying to make you forget that you already have a life that is planned for you. But it is your life that is planned, not by their plan, but by the divine's plan. You have your own life and you have your separate path. You deserve to choose that path, to walk on that path. That is yours. That is no one else's but your own. Do what your heart tells you to do. Do not listen to the opinions of others, because those people have not lived your life. Those people have not walked in your shoes. Those people have no idea what it is that actually lifts your soul, that actually fulfills you, that actually will change your life, that actually is meant for you. Because what's meant for others might not be meant for you. What's meant for others might not be meant for you. What's good for others, what's comfortable, what's safe for others might not be safe for you, might not be good for you, might not be comfortable for you. And you'll know that because you'll feel it in your body that you're entertaining a life that you actually don't want, that you actually don't want to be a part of, entertaining people that actually drain the life out of you. Because you're scared of choosing something that is real, choosing something that is deep, that your soul knows that is yours, but Because you haven't experienced it before, your mind will convince you that it's dangerous, that something bad will happen if you choose that person, even though your soul feels connected to that person. You can't help but feel drawn to that person. But your mind will constantly keep you stuck, because your mind operates from what it knows, but your heart operates from what it feels from a distance and what isn't seen but is felt. Always choose your heart, because like I said, your heart feels it without seeing it. Your soul feels it without it happening yet. Your soul will know instantly. Go with your gut, go with your intuition, go with your heart. Listen to what your heart tells you. Do not listen to your mind. Your mind only knows what it's been told. Your mind only knows what it's experienced. Quiet down your mind and open up your heart, because your heart will let you know of the very things that you need to experience in this life, and the very people that bring the most joy and most fulfillment in your life. Choose love, not ego.